Hello everyone. Welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. General Hospital Weekly Spoilers. Alexis learns her fate. General Hospital Weekly Spoilers confirm Alexis Davis finds out if the charges against her will be dropped or not during the week of October 14th to 18th, 2024. Meanwhile, a feud heats back up and the wrong person learns a dirty secret on GH. Check out the latest spoilers for the ABC Sudzer. General Hospital Weekly Spoilers. Alexis Davis's future decided. New General Hospital spoilers promise that Alexis Davis learns if she'll be released from Pentonville or not. Now, the police know the gun she disposed of was not the weapon used to kill Agent Cates. So, chances are the charges get dropped. Later, Sam McCall gets vital news. Likely the news that her mom is a free woman once again. However, the Davis family drama is far from over on General Hospital. GH next week spoilers. Christina and Molly face off. After Alexis Davis, Nancy Lee Grahn, here's the court's decision. Sam McCall, Kelly Monaco, is relieved. Her boyfriend, Detective Dante Falconeri, Dominic Zamprogna, is also. Most likely because both of their parents go free. However, the war between Molly Lansing Davis, Kristen Vaganos, and Christina Corinthos Davis, Kate Monsey, is still going strong. Next week they go at it again. Later, on General Hospital, Dex Heller, Evan Hofer, is there for someone and it's probably Molly. Meanwhile, something tempts Michael Corinthos, Chad Duell. Then, Sasha Gilmore, Sophia Matson, asks him for a favor. After that, she gets news that will change her life. Also, Drew Kane Quartermain, Cameron Matheson, gets an offer from Ned Quartermain, Wally Kurth. Elsewhere, on General Hospital, Brooke Lynn Quartermain, Amanda Seton, gets in an argument with her grandmother, Tracy Quartermain, Jane Elliott. Then, her dad, Ned, supports her. In addition, Tracy helps Cody Bell, Josh Kelly. Then, she catches up with Laura Spencer Collins, Jeannie Francis. Plus, Holly Sutton's, Emma Sams, on the spot. Later, she gets encouragement from her friend, Felicia Scorpio, Christina Wagner. General Hospital Weekly Spoilers. Brad goes after Portia. More GH spoilers say Brad Cooper, Perry Shen, gets the upper hand on Portia Robinson, Brooke Kerr. He discovers she messed with Heather Weber's, Allie Mills, test results. And he'll likely use it as leverage over her. Later, something confuses Portia and Elizabeth Weber, Rebecca Herbst. Then, Elizabeth has a heart-to-heart with Terry Randolph, Cassandra James. Also, she updates Lucky Spencer, Jonathan Jackson. In addition, on General Hospital, Jack Brennan, Charles Measure, catches Anna Devane, Finola Hughes, off guard. Also, Rick Lansing, Rick Hurst, makes a dirty, low-down move. Plus, he shocks Curtis Ashford, Donnell Turner. Elsewhere, Jordan Ashford, Tanisha Harper, gets closer to Isaiah Gannon, Sarandi Wilson. GH spoilers indicate tons of action ahead. Don't miss a minute to see what lies ahead for Alexis Davis and her family on the ABC daytime drama. The cold echo of footsteps down the hallway of the courthouse chamber felt louder than usual, as if the building itself held its breath. Alexis Davis had been in front of judges, juries, and panels 1,000 times in her storied legal career, but this time, she wasn't standing behind the defense table. She was the defense table. And that truth weighed on her like shackles, heavier than any Pentonville inmate's. Her hands trembled slightly as she smoothed the fabric of her blazer, the gesture instinctive, almost muscle memory from years of trying to look composed before walking into a courtroom. But there was no hiding the anxiety in her eyes. Today was the day she would learn her fate. Christina sat beside her, eyes soft but fierce. "Mom, no matter what happens, you're not alone." Alexis attempted a smile, though her throat felt tight. "I know. But it doesn't make the waiting any easier." Sam slipped into the row behind them, placing a reassuring hand on her mother's shoulder. Molly hurried in seconds later, clutching a stack of legal notes so thick and organized it would have impressed even old-school Alexis. Her daughters flanked her, a fortress of loyalty and love, yet the dread in the pit of her stomach refused to soften. Today wasn't about whether Alexis was a good person, a good mother, or a redeemed citizen. Today was about consequences. About her years at the Invader. about journalistic ethics, about past mistakes, even ones she'd spent years trying to atone for. The board reviewing her petition for reinstatement to the bar had said they'd reached a decision. It was time. A tense return to the courtroom. The doors opened, and Diane Miller strode in with her usual effortless swagger. "Alexis," she said, voice low, "whatever happens, you have fought harder than anyone I know. And I didn't let my closing argument go down without fireworks. If they deny you reinstatement, then frankly, they're idiots." Alexis exhaled shakily. "Thank you for believing in me." "Please," Diane scoffed lightly, waving a hand. "When you're back to practicing law, I expect a fruit basket. Minimum." Christina even managed a soft laugh, but it fizzled quickly as the board members approached. Alexis felt the world slow. The chairwoman, a stern woman with graying hair pulled tight in a bun, adjusted her glasses and addressed her directly. "Ms. Davis, thank you for your patience. After reviewing your petition, your testimony, and your record." Alexis braced. "We have reached a final decision." Every Livingston, Corinthos, and half Cassadine breath in that courtroom went still. Flashes of the past. Before the verdict could land, Alexis's mind spun through moments like film reels. Her law school graduation. Her first courtroom victory. Standing beside Sam as she fought for her life. Defending Molly's right to make her own choices. Falling from grace. Alcohol. Getting back up. Regret. Inch by inch. The invader. Her attempt to still do good, even without her license. The humbling truth. She still missed being a lawyer every single day. A lifetime of fighting for others. And now the question hung. Had she done enough to fight for herself? The verdict. The chairwoman cleared her throat. "Ms. Davis, the board acknowledges the extraordinary nature of your service to this community over many years. Despite significant personal setbacks, you have demonstrated accountability, remorse, and a sincere commitment to rehabilitation and ethical reform." Christina grabbed her mother's hand. "We believe in second chances," the woman continued. "We also believe in your capacity to contribute meaningfully to the legal profession, again." Alexis blinked, hardly breathing. "Therefore, your petition for reinstatement is approved." The room erupted. Sam gasped, Molly clapped a hand over her mouth, and Diane actually punched the air like she'd just won a heavyweight match. Alexis stared forward, stunned. "Approved," she whispered, more to herself than anyone. Christina threw her arms around her. "Mom, you did it. You're getting your license back." She felt herself shaking, overwhelmed. Tears brimmed in her eyes as Sam hugged her from behind. Even Molly, normally composed, dissolved into joyful tears. Diane beamed triumphantly. "I believe the phrase you're looking for is, 'damn right.'" Alexis laughed through the tears. But the emotional tidal wave kept rolling. She'd fought addiction, shame, and the destruction of her own reputation. Rehabilitation hadn't been linear. It had been brutal. But she'd done the work. Every day. Every hard choice. Every self-examining moment. And now, she'd done it. She was a lawyer again. But the victory comes with a twist. As the courtroom emptied with congratulatory hugs and relieved tears, one person lingered near the doorway. A tall man with dark eyes. Someone Alexis hadn't seen in months. Gregory Finn's brother, Martin Gray. He approached carefully, hands in his pockets. "Congratulations, Alexis. Truly." Gregory would have been proud. The mention of Gregory punched a familiar ache through her chest. She nodded softly. "Thank you. I miss him every day." Martin hesitated before lowering his voice. "There's something else you need to know. Something about the case that was used against you early in the review process. A complaint you never saw." Alexis's brow furrowed. "What complaint?" He glanced toward Diane, who caught the exchange and immediately stalked over like a guard dog. "Is there an issue?" Martin sighed. Someone filed an anonymous statement challenging Alexis's reinstatement. Someone with detailed access to her past cases and private history. Someone who didn't want her to succeed. Diane's jaw tightened. "And you're telling us this now because?" "Because," Martin said reluctantly, "I think the person who filed it is planning something bigger. And Alexis should be warned." Alexis swallowed. Who was it? He hesitated. I can't say for certain. But the complaint was formatted similarly to documentation handled by one Rick Lansing. Christina gasped. Sam's eyes darkened. Diane muttered, "Oh, for God's sake, Rick." Her ex-husband. A man capable of manipulating any situation, especially ones involving her. Alexis stiffened, her brief euphoria giving way to old, familiar dread. Why now? What does he want? Martin shook his head. I don't know yet. But I do know this. Your reinstatement may have just lit a fuse he's been waiting to ignite. A new beginning, and a new threat. As her daughters gathered around her again, Alexis felt both triumph and unease swirl inside her. She had her license back. She had her dignity back. She had her future back. But in classic Port Charles fashion, victory came with shadows trailing right behind it. Christina squeezed her hand. Mom, whatever Rick is trying to pull, we'll stop him. Sam nodded firmly. We've fought worse. Molly added, let him try. You're back, Mom. And stronger than ever. Alexis lifted her chin, her fire returning. She'd faced demons far darker than Rick Lansing. And she wasn't about to let anyone steal this moment from her. Let him try, she echoed, renewed resolve sharpening her voice. Because I'm done running. And I'm done being powerless. A slow smile crept across her face, equal parts relief and determination. Alexis Davis is back.